So I just screw straight into the plastic and then maybe get those self-tapping nut things to go on there later. Take the bolt out for the bottom. The front ones are a little different because they go into the steel. These have some kind of, I've had bumper black stuff on them, so if I paint the car I'll take these off and tidy them up properly. Pretty typically it's just got a tiny little bracket there that gets bent up and then the bolt snaps off, so I'll need to drill that out, I guess. It was moving a little bit, so I might be able to wiggle it out, but it's pretty well stuck in there. The one off the donor car was stuck in there too, so gets mud up in there and rusts away, I guess. You can see that, but I just basically ground it out with the carbide bit. It's just like a nut that's been welded in the corners on top, so I just pretty much ground straight through it. I'll dig out some nuts and bolts and I'll just use like a nylock on the back. It doesn't need to be welded on or anything, I don't think. With a nylock should be alright. Do the other, same to the other side, and I see there's a little bit of rust going through up in that corner, sort of on the other side of the chassis rail, so basically in this part on the other sides, so just a big patch in there probably while I'm at it. See, otherwise it's pretty clean under here, nothing surprising. A little bit of damage on that bracket, but probably works alright. So yeah, this side's ready to go on once I find the bolt. Oh, I think that came up alright. Well, obviously at some point I'm probably going to paint this, I've decided. Until then I won't bother about cleaning it up too much, because those will come back off and I'll clean them up properly or something with them. The front ones, I've got that rust in the bottom of the guards, so I want to take the guard off and make sure the sills and stuff are not rusted out behind them. So that's another day. I think I got other stuff to do in the house over there, so that'll keep some mud out. I see looks like the gravel must really get into that paint when those aren't on there, because it was all like sandblasted. It's a funny design though. I wouldn't have thought you'd have this extra little bit there like to catch mud and shit in. I don't know, that's a weird design to me. I wouldn't make it like that, I don't think, but maybe it's rigidity or something. But yeah, we'll do the front and then got some more rust to do other places, so it's a little bit of a job. I don't think the car would be worth repairing if you had to pay someone to do it. It's probably getting to that point where it's not worth it. But got the welder, so I'm going to take a day for the boot and the bit underneath, and then another day for those sides, just casually doing it. And then the dents are the main thing. It'd be I'd look happier if there wasn't so many dents in it, especially on the roof. I don't want to take the headliner out, but I will now, especially to take those roof rails off. I want to get some paint under those. Having a vehicle parked near the ocean they don't usually last too long just from the salt air. Luckily there's still some parts around for these. They're not real common anymore, but I see a few at the wreckers, and there's every now and then one pops up, so luckily I don't need too many parts, but if you need some, you need some. So another day I'll do those guards and do the front mud flaps. They need to have those little square plastic mounting things put in, I think. Let's have a look. So maybe I'm alright. I think if these bolts screws will come out, they've already got those plastic bits in there for mounting, so hopefully it'll go straight on. But so the rust is getting pretty good in there. It feels like there's a lot of mud in behind it, so I'll bet the front of that sill is gone. I'll need to make a whole new section, I think. But a new guard or a replacement guard from the wreckers is about $60. So if these are any worse, I'd probably consider it, but like this one I think is pretty good, no dents, but the rust is not so bad at the bottom of this one. That dent should just pop out, and then probably a couple of hours on that will be alright. And then that pretty much brings the car up to from JS to JS Touring. I think the only difference between the JS and the JS Touring is the mud flaps. The Touring had a two-tone paint. I think that must just be just about it. Maybe flip fog lamps in the front, possibly a better stereo from factory, I don't know. I think the European market ones, they had heated seats and stuff as well. Fog lamp and rear fog lamps in the European market, I guess, but this is we get all the old JDM ones, so that's what this is. Still got the carpet to do. It's pretty gross. Smells like oil in here, clean oil at least, instead of old diff oil. Yes, it's disgusting, but I just keep it so I can drive it for now until that rego runs out. So I got another month or month and a half or something, so I can use it for hauling junk around, and then I'll start tidying it up proper. It'll need that rust done in the back end, around the back there, definitely. They're not a big fan of rust on unibody cars here.